Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves.
Alright, can you hear me okay? Okay, yeah, sounds like it now. I think we got good levels. Well, I'm back. It is the Batman 333, and we are here with a brand new video for 2025. It's been a minute. But we're doing a live stream on Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves, early access. Yeah, so I've been away for a bit. Been dealing with some life things, of course, and at a much better place now. So last stream I had was Multiverses, and sadly that game is pretty much gone the way of the dodo and becoming extinct for a second time, which is unfortunate. I mean, I had my fun with it. I just think people, just couldn't get back into it after being away for so long and then coming back, and then they completely revamped the game and added things that sort of helped the mechanics, yada yada yada. But we're not here to talk about Multiverses. We are here today to talk about Fatal Fury, City of the Wolves. This is a game I had been anticipating for a while. The two biggest standing fighting games out there right now. I mean, I know there's some other ones, but the two biggest ones that people were playing and kind of, moaning and groaning over has been Street Fighter 6 and Tekken 8. The gaming community, fighting gaming community, I should say, it's just like they're looking for another itch to scratch. And my hope was that this game would offer that. There's been a lot of hype, a lot of marketing for this game. I mean, I watched WrestleMania the other day, and they had the guest character. He's not really he's kind of a guest character, but he's actually part of the roster. But Salvatore Ganacci, the world-renowned DJ, people, kind of talking about that. But he was in WrestleMania, and there was advertisements on that, and the ring had Fatal Fury, and they even had the little rev gauge on the side, and it was bananas. But I do appreciate that this game is getting some love, because Fatal Fury, if you're not familiar with it, has been a long running series, even since back in the days of Street Fighter 2. Before there was King of Fighters, there was just Fatal Fury. It was just a game that you would see at very niche places like bowling alleys or small arcades, laundry mats, things like that. You'd always hear this cool sound effects of, Joe Higashi throwing his tornado uppercuts, and Terry Bogard, doing the burn knuckle and all that stuff. And I just remember those days. playing on an MVS Neo Geo arcade, where you could select different games and play. And it was a people played it, but it wasn't like as popular as Street Fighter, and then later down the road Mortal Kombat. And so but the series has been around long standing. Like, it's just Fatal Fury 1, 2, 3, Fatal Fury Special, Fatal Fury Real Bout, Fatal Fury Real Bout Special. There's so many different versions of it. But unlike Street Fighter, it's a 2D game, but unlike Street Fighter, the Neo Geo back in the day used to do this thing with the characters where they can go in and out of the background, and that was sort of like the unique thing about Fatal Fury. You could fight in the foreground and then fight down into the background, and then the later iterations you can do like combos, from going in the different areas of the stage and all that. So it was quite different for a 2D fighter at the time. Pretty innovative, but the one thing that really was terrible with the old school Fatal Furies is the input and the I should say they weren't very forgiving on inputting the moves. Like, if you could do a fireball, dragon punch, and all that stuff for Street Fighter, you could do those things in this game, but it was like they had quarter circle, but all the way to the up corner, and then tap back, forward, around. It just had these really complex inputs just to do some of the cooler things in the game. And so, flash forward till today, and they're trying to kind of catch up to what modern fighting games are doing, which is, and that's also why I wanted to do a stream on this game, because I think we're at the pinnacle of what fighting games are going to be like going forward, which is I like to coin the term they're going to smash bro them, which is kind of make them accessible, which is not terrible by any means. It just allows more casual players to kind of get involved in these kind of fighting games, these cool characters. And I think that's why they marketed it so heavily, as they did, because I think iShowSpeed, the popular content creator, he had a boxing commercial with whatever those guys' names are. I'm getting too old to remember these young bucks, but for the most part, they're just getting a lot more exposure to a younger audience. And so that's why they're going to make this game a little accessible. And I try to go a little bit into the history of the game from what I know and my experience. So I'm trying to bring that to the table. But I've played pretty much the majority of all the Fatal Furies that have ever been released. Even the, I want to say there was a 3D one, but I could be mistaken. I may be thinking of the King of Fighters one, the old school 3D one. But, or no, I take that back. They did. They had a Neo Geo 64 type of game, and I believe they had a Fatal Fury game, but it wasn't very popular, But anyways, let's get into this game, and then we'll maybe talk a little bit more later about my old man memories of this game. So, want to take a look at a few of the different things here. So, I know this part's usually boring for most people out there, but I just try to be informative. So let's start with the boring old game settings. Let's see what they got going on. So you got your standard affair, English. Actually, I do like that you can change this stuff, but I assume that's Korean and Japanese. That's usually the two big, language settings in fighting games, because they're played in Korea and Japan, that sort of thing. Quick restart. Yeah, this stuff is really not necessary to show, but I'm looking at this stuff because I'm just starting this up for a little bit. Haven't had a chance to play this. It came out midnight yesterday, or today, I should say. You know what I mean. It came out the 21st at midnight. So, oh, okay, so this is the edited coloring stuff you can do with the characters. Word filter. And I didn't get a chance to play it very much, because when it came out at midnight, I played it for about 5-10 minutes, and then I just kind of went to bed. So now I'm going to spend some time with it and kind of do a little deep dive. So that's why I'm going through all this stuff here. Oh, yeah, so yes, you can change it from Japanese language, the voices and stuff. in English. We'll start it in English, just because I'm curious to hear what the English voices sound like. And that's another cool thing, is that Fatal Fury in the past has never had like English voice acting in it per se. I mean, the characters say English things, but you know, it's a lot of Japanese words, you know, dialogue being spoken in this game. So, music mode, interesting. So, from what I hear, they've got like regular in-game sort of SNK style music, but then there's a collaboration where I think Salvatore Ganacci lends some of his music into the game. I believe the trailer or the intro to the game was a song he did for the game. So not only is he just like a character, but he's also like, you know, lend his musical talents to the game. Now this here, I saw this, but I wasn't sure what this does. Okay, Legacy. Kind of want to see the difference later. Maybe we'll try that out later. No, we'll leave all this stuff. Graphics on console. This is on PS5, by the way. You're not going to see much here, but I think when I did the beta when they had it a couple of weeks ago on both PS5 and PC, and PC has a lot of like, you know, settings to kind of. I mean, I was running it on an Asus Ally ROG, so our ROG Ally. It wasn't very. I mean, it worked, you know, but I had to turn down a lot of things to get it to run pretty smoothly. But, you know, it was a beta, so. Okay, let's take a look at the buttons real quick because I want to see. So we got control scheme. So, as we said earlier, Smash Broing it. They've got smart controls, which is basically the equivalent of modern controls on Street Fighter. And then there's other types of games out there that use the same sort of idea, which is you get all the buttons that normally do things in the game, punch and kick, but they combine. You don't have to do the inputs for the specials, so they have a special. In some cases, it's forward in the special button, back in the special button, down in the special button, up in the special button. They do all the special moves without having to do the actual inputs for them. They add an auto combo button. So that's this here, and you literally just mash, and it does something cool that adds in some of the special moves, you know, in conjunction with the attack button combinations. And then they've got the special move and then smart combo. And then Rev Guard is still the same. So Rev Guard in this game is just it's an additional block. So you know what? Instead of going through all this, we'll actually go through the main. I just wanted to see what they had in here, but I'm not going to be running a cool button preview. Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, this is kind of standard too. Most modern fighting games has this. Tells you what, you know, if you press that button, it tells you what respective thing it's going to do. So whatever that icon means, you know, that's probably a dash. That's probably like a counter, or there's this counter attack you can do where you hit the rev button and like punch or something, and you know, you can kind of counter out of things. But let's put this on arcade. I'm using a PlayStation 5. Okay, yeah. Okay, sorry about that. But anyways, let's get out of here. I think we talked too much about just the settings. That's pretty boring. Alright, so we got standard affair here. We got online, offline. We got episodes of Southtown. So this is sort of like their version of Street Fighter 6's, you know, that world tour mode where you kind of interact with the different characters. You start off with one and you have this little interactive story. You as a player going in talking to like Terry Bogard and you know, whoever else in town, and it just makes up some kind of a story within it. So we'll probably try that, but I think we're going to just start by going to the tutorial. Now, I did do this in the beta. I don't think much of this is going to change, with the exception of... Oh, yeah, they've added a lot more. So we're definitely going to go through this because they've got the 2-lane battle, which is like what I was talking about. That's like old school Fatal Fury. So yeah, we'll definitely go through that. So let's start at beginner. Alright, I'm not a stranger to fighting games, so this isn't my first soiree into playing these types of games. I play most of anything that comes out that's some type of fighting game, you know, from the obscure to the mainstream to the, you know, sort of casual. Just if it appeals to me, I'll try it out. So, alright, so we're starting here with Rock Howard. Okay, let's see. So we got forward, we got backward, we got dash, which also can be used with the rev button, I should say. You can do back dash with the rev button as well. So instead of doing forward, forward, or back, back, you can just hold towards, you know, left or right, and then hold the rev, press the rev button, you know, and you'll. One thing that's interesting is if you hold it and then just press the rev button and keep holding that direction forward, it will automatically run. So, you know, like, otherwise if you press it in neutral, you'll just do that little rev guard thing. And then crouch. Oh, there we go. Okay, so let's go to the next exercise. What's we got here? And this is not by any means like a primer on how to play this game. I'm just going through this for those who may be interested in picking the game up and just kind of want to see what the game looks like. Because this is it's got a lot going on in it, and it's got a lot of different systems and things in place, because it tries to replicate what it used to do in the past in addition. And by the way, this is a sequel to Mark of the Wolves, Fatal Fury Mark of the Wolves, which back in the day was a 2D fighter, and it came out around the time when Street Fighter 3 Third Strike came out. Third Strike was sort of like the epitome of the third Street Fighter game, where it was all fleshed out, and you know, it was like the golden standard of fighting games at the time for 2D. And SNK decided to like come out with their own sort of Street Fighter 3 Third Strike, and it became Mark of the Wolves. So it had a very similar mechanic where, like, you know, the big thing in Street Fighter 3 was like you can parry, so you have to, you know, tap forward to parry a person's attack. And in Mark of the Wolves, it was tapping back, and they called it just defending. So had similar mechanics and similar tools, but they just called it something different. And it's kind of same story here. City of the Wolves kind of mimics what Street Fighter 6 does in a lot of their things, but it just sort of takes the best of a lot of different fighting games and puts it into this one. So that's what's interesting about it. Anyways, so attack, let's see, far away. Okay, so the pink button there, that's jabs, right? Yeah. And then low kicks or short kicks, light kicks, however you want to call it. And then close, we got standing, punching, yeah. Okay, and then we got crouching, lows, or shorts. And then we got jumping attacks, which will be your kind of jump-ins, you know, your light jump-ins. This game is 4 buttons instead of 6 buttons like Street Fighter, so you have 2 different strength punches and 2 different strength kicks. So like, and then SNK format has always been 4 buttons. Most of their games are just A, B, C, and D. So, you know, your light punch is A, your heavy punch is B, your light kick is C, and your heavy kick is D. And it's horizontally, but you can play them, you know, set the buttons however you want. Kind of mimic Street Fighter, put your shorts on one side and heavies on the other.
Get ready. Fight.
Okay, now we got a regular block, so that's just holding back. Oh, I don't know if I can just wait till Terry comes up to me. So you hold back, you block. You hold down towards or down away. There you go. And I'm not going to do the gaming keypad notation. I mean, if you guys know it, great. I know it as just crouch away and crouching towards, you know, crouching back. Just because I'm an old school fighter. But you know, the notation of for directions is usually like if you're on a keyboard and you're looking at a numpad, you know, it starts with a 1, 2, 3, 4, you know, and those are the different directions. But we're not going to notate it. I'm just going to do standard up, down, left, right, up towards, left, you know, back towards, crouching. You know, I'm going to use just old school terms because I'm an old school guy. All right, so make an opponent block with standing attacks. Oh, just yeah. Just punch him. Low attack. There we go. Oh, okay. And then land jumping attacks. There we go. Easy peasy. Now I did do a couple of the trials just to see what they had, and it's kind of cool. They have these mission trials where you can kind of learn the real basics of how to connect some of their combos and special moves together, but it's not really in depth like some of the other games that are out there. Like combo trials are usually at like 13, you know, or a couple pages of things, and this one is just 5 things. It just wants to they just want to get you started, and you've got to kind of figure out the rest yourself. Alright, so that's a throw. Okay, so the throws are just going to be your 2 short attacks, or if you map it to a button, which on here in this case is the left shoulder button, but I'm a manual input guy, so I like to do them the way you would if this was on the arcade or on an arcade stick. Then there's another throw, and then the backwards throw, just holding the opposite way and then pressing the throw attacks or the throw buttons together. You can, you know, play your little mind games, jab them low, grab them like you're going to throw them, you know, a neutral throw or back throw. So that's all that is. And forgive me if I use some fighting game terms and you guys may or may not be familiar with them. I just, you know, I just know it is what it is, so. Okay, throws are useful, blah, 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 blah. Okay, this is probably a throw, get out of an escape throw. Yeah, there you go. So as soon as they kind of grab you, you want to press it like right then and there. Like that. If you wait too long, this is what a throw will look like when you try to do it too late. Well, sorry. They give you a lot of time, actually. Because look, it counts to 1, he throws me, and see, the moment you start to get the animation where he's pulling you towards you, you're done. You gotta do it like right when he grabs you. Like that. See, that's too late. The moment you start to kind of slide towards him, he's gonna throw you. You can do it as early as that, but you can delay. You can actually delay throws for those people that like to do like a staggered kind of throw where they jab you, wait for you to get up. You know, just gotta be ready. Okay, so the next thing is to just interrupt the throw with an attack. So you just wait for the countdown, and you can just pretty much hit him out of it like that. You know, just count down. You wait 0. Oh, you just gotta be ready to pop it out as soon as the 1 goes away. And if you mash, you'll get thrown. I like to try to practice these because I want to, you know, just get the feeling of the timing. Anyways, let's go to the next one. We can do a jump, so neutral jumps. That's always a good thing to do. If there's throws in the game and you've got neutral jumps, just jump over them. You can also jump over them or like away from them. Oops. And that one you can just kind of get ready to mash. You know, if you get thrown or hit full sweep or something and you want to get up right away, if you know there are throws coming. I'll try to do a forward jump. That one's a little more difficult because you're kind of running into the attack or the throw. So. Oops. There you go. Alright, and then back step. So in this case, I use the rev. I think that's actually better to use. The rev button is on the right shoulder dashes. It just makes it easier, and you know you don't have to do 2 taps. It's just so. All right, let's go to the next thing. So, okay, combos.
Get
So we're gonna
ready.
do basic combos. So, like I said, the button layout of a SNK game is typically A, B, C, D. You know, your punches are on the top if you do it Street Fighter style, where the top row is the punches and the bottom row is the kicks. But standard SNK controls were all horizontal, so you just had 1, 2, 3, 4 going horizontally. But it's, you know, this is modern fighting games now, so they don't lay them out the same way. They lay them out just like Street Fighter became the standard for whatever reason. But A, B, C is an attack in this sequence, meaning like you can hit A, B, and then C literally, and you'll go into sort of like a string. So 1, 2, 3, you know, like that, like 1, 2, 3. It'll look just like that. 1, 2, 3. A, B, C. Okay, but in this case, they want you to do A, B, B, C. Just like that. So A, B, oh, A, B, B, C, A, B, B, C, A, B. Am I doing the wrong kick? Nope, I'm doing the right kick. Okay, you just have to kind of just know the pattern of the hits. I'll try it again though, just to kind of demonstrate. Because, you know, sometimes people that will play these games, they get a little turned off by these kinds of things in games because they, you know, they can't get the timing down. But it really is like, you know, just you just kind of feel it, you know, just don't, and it'll come out. So, however way you can recognize the pattern of the timing of the button presses, just kind of hum out a rhythm of some kind, and you'll get that pattern. You see a lot of people like that, like Justin Wong and Max. I mean, anybody that plays like fighting games, they all hum out the combos. Okay, replicate. So now this is just the special moves. So fireball, you know, standard Street Fighter fireball, just down towards, or rolling motion from down towards the opponent. So fireball, replicate. Now, if you tap it, it won't come out. Okay, they don't. I was gonna see if they show like the input command thing, but if you just kind of do down, forward, and then press the button, it doesn't come out. It's got to be one continuous rolling motion. Another thing that helps with this is just when you do the rolling motion towards the opponent, the moment you hit towards, press the button at the same time. So roll and press forward, and you know the fireball will come out. And then the next one is the rising tackle. So that's just that guy there. It's just forward, down, and then towards, like crouch. So forward, down, that way, but in a Z pattern or a continuous motion. And we'll do that. Alright, next thing here. Alright.
Get ready. Fight.
Cancel special move. Okay, so this has cancels, which means like you can do a move and then do a special. So that's all they're wanting you to do. So do a hit, like an attack, and then into a special in one sequence. So it should come out like this, just like that. There we go. Okay, rev arts are stronger. Okay, rev arts is kind of like, I think, the equivalent of what's called EX moves in other games. It's, okay, so this game, it works just like all the other ones that have some kind of a meter or a super meter. What they have in here is called a rev gauge. Street Fighter 6, you've got the, whatever it's called, where you can get burned out. But anyways, it's sort of like a gauge to just like, you know, if you use it too much, your character gets tired or burnt out, and they'll become in a state where they're like kind of weakened. You can still move around, jump and attack and do special attacks, but you don't get the enhanced versions of those moves, and you have to wait, or you have to do actions, you know, like moving around or attacking to kind of bring that rev gauge back. So in Street Fighter, it's all about like, you know, the more you you start off with a meter, and the more you kind of do things that take away from it, you know, you get burnt out. In this one, it's like you have an empty meter, but the more you fill it up, that's when you're gonna wear yourself out. So same tool, just, you know, like I said, they copy things that Street Fighter does, and Street Fighter copies things that SNK kind of does, and you know, it all's the same. They just try to change the way it works, you know, for their meter system. So, but in this case, to do an EX move or a rev, you know, move is just hitting the two buttons together that are the same. So like it's two punches, you know, or two kicks. So you, instead of doing this guy here or the big one, you do both the punches together and you get that. And then same here, if you just did a dragon punch, you know, forward, down, forward, down, forward, down, forward. You know, you'll do the big one, you just do it with two. And that's the regular one, and this is the big one. There you go. So enhanced moves, and see the little rev gauge is on the left with the 4%. That percent meter will keep going up, and the more you keep doing those special enhanced attacks, the higher it fills up, and then you know, eventually get to the point where you're kind of maxed out, and you gotta let that rev gauge cool off by walking. And, you know, it tells you in the like how that mechanic works. Now this is their specials, so all characters universally have just one unique special input. Before, in the old Fatal Fury games, you had to do like forward, quarter circle back, spinning it into a 360, hitting up, down, you know, like it was really ridiculous to do like their like ultimate finishes and all that stuff. Now it's just Street Fighter style, you know, just double fireball. So, you know, meaning like doing two instead of doing like that. You know, think of it like you're doing two of these, but you're just not pressing the button on the first motion, but you're doing it on the second one. So 1, 2, you know, like it'll come out when you do it faster, of course. So just that. You know, when you see the character bouncing, boom, boom, that means that you're gonna see a super coming. Womp, womp. And same thing with the kicks. Womp, womp.
Close one.
Okay, so what's next? Power gauge, unleash red line gear. So this is probably when you're probably running out of the rev gauge thing. Oh, okay. So this is when so the supers in this game, right? You've got to the stars there. So 1 star, when the meter's full with a star, means you can do a level 1 super. So that would be like level 1, right? And then another level 1. Okay. But you got to use the short attack. Now, if you do the big one and you do the double fireball motion, if you do the big punch or the heavy punch, strong punch, however you want to call it, or B in this case, it would be the big one. And you get that also for your kicks. So instead of doing this or this, you know, it'll just, if you do the bigger strength button, it'll just use 2 meters, and you'll get that. So you got 1, 2, 3, a total of 4 supers of the same kind, but you know, 2 strength supers for punches and kicks. That's basically how it works. Okay, and then so SPG, okay, selective potential gear. So this is another thing that's unique to specifically Mark of the Wolves or Fatal Fury City of the Wolves. This SPG thing is it's something you can adjust before you start a match, and you can either have it it's in 3/4 of the life bar at the top. The first quarter, all the way to the left under player 1. That would be like the earliest one you can do, meaning you get it right out the gate, and you get this yellow meter that's kind of like sitting out there. Now, once you're in that zone of your life bar, you get access to enhance things with that character. You're able to do like rev blows and what's called your hidden gear, your super desperation move back in the day is what they used to call it. And, it just lets you do your biggest super. Instead of you doing like just the punch button, I think if you do the rev and the heavy button, you'll do the hidden super. Every character has one. In some cases, some characters have some things where like I think it's Tizok, the wrestler character in this game. If he's down to low health, his level, like his hidden super, is even more devastating. Like he has an extra little animation to it or something. It's kind of cool. But that's what it is, and you can start it at the first quarter, the middle, or the end. So you can kind of like start off with it, or wait till you're kind of like half life, or wait till like you're like at your last life. I personally like it at the end because it's kind of like a way to kind of it's designed to give you like a comeback mechanic, so that your character can be a little more enhanced, or you can start off with your comeback mechanic, by wasting it early. And while it's a good gamble and you'll get a good advantage against a person if they know how to block all your stuff, you're gonna lose that special gauge in the beginning of the match, and then you don't have a comeback mechanic as to where the other guy might have his. So you just got to be kind of smart how you use it or how you want it placed on your life bar.
Get ready.
But to go into it, you've got to get hit, and then see once it's blinking yellow like that, you're in SPG mode, and you can just do your hidden gear, and then this is probably going to be where you do your big super. So see how it starts at the first part of the life there? That's for people who want to be aggressive, like right off the bat. So yeah, it's just a double fireball motion instead of just using like this one, right? That's that. You would just use the rev button. And this is the hidden gear super desperation move, or your ultimate move. Get a little fancier animation, and does some devastating damage, and yada yada yada. Pretty cool. Alright, let's get to the next thing here. Dodge attacks are pretty straightforward. Okay. So this is it's kind of like, okay, for you Smash players out there, it's kind of like their version of a spot dodge. So, but I think it takes up some sort of meter, or let's see what it says here. So, yeah, you use it in conjunction with the rev button, right? So it's gonna be the hard punch button, or the strong one, the heavy one, with the rev button. And when you press it together, if you do it in neutral, well, I was supposed to do the first one. You can do down, or you can press the buttons together in neutral. What I mean by neutral, where you're not touching a direction. So if you don't put your hand on the stick or the D-pad at all and just press the buttons together, that would be neutral. But in this case, they want us to press down and then press these buttons, right? So this is what a high dodge attack. So if someone's hitting you high and you press this, it'll look like that. Okay, I don't think it costs a meter, but it allows you to counterattack your opponent. Now, if he's going to do like a low attack or like a foot sweep or something, this is where you would do it neutral. And it'll look like that. You'll do some kind of an overhead attack. Okay. So that's how that works. It's cool. It gives you a little 50-50 options, meaning like, the person has to guess whether you're going to go high or low. But then at the same time, offensively, you gotta be wondering if he's going to be defending high or low. So like you can maybe start going low and then try to do a high attack, and then he'll try to think you're going to do another low attack. It's that kind of thing. It's kind of mind game this has. So I think that's a pretty cool mechanic. It's in other types of games, but the fact that you can do it in different directions, like from crouching to standing, I think adds another layer of the sort of chess match you'd have with a player that you might not find in other fighting games. So I could recall that it did something with the meter, but I guess not. I guess you can just do it at any given time. I just thought if you have rev gauge, or the more attempts you use it, it fills up the rev gauge or something like that. That might be what it is.
Get ready, fight!
Okay, so now we can just, you know, chip them out.
Big tackle!
Super. And then just let the time run out.
1-0. Complete.
And you know, that's standard. You know, if the other person has lower health than you, you're gonna lose, or they're gonna lose rather. Okay, and let's see what we got going on next. Okay, rev blow. So this is, I think, when you actually can do these attacks where you hit the like heavy buttons together. But each time you do it, it fills up the rev gauge, if I'm not mistaken. So let's see how this works. So yeah, it's this attack here. So yeah, look how much that your rev meter comes up when you do that move. Say 17%. So you get up to 90%, then you can't like do this rev attack anymore, or your enhanced moves where you do like a fireball and 2 punches or 2 kicks together. You want to make sure you're not doing it too much, but over time it counts back down, you know, as long as you're doing things with walking or attacking, you know, and not using this, you know, like EX or wherever. Let's see, if you just do normal attacks, it'll count it back down. So now it wants us to do a combo, which is our A, B, C, D, or A, B, D, C. That, but at the end of it, they want us to do this, which is another kind of cool thing. You know, again, at the cost of a meter, so. And that's what it looks like. You can do it, but too much, you know, you kind of get a little overheated, is what they call it. Your heat gauge, rev gauge gets overheated. Okay, so let's see, Rev Excel. Okay, so Rev Excel is just being able to do that into another kind of move. So you can do essentially 2 EX moves together. So like if I wanted to do this and then, you know, that, look how much meter it takes. Or builds up. So now I gotta cool this guy down because he's getting too hot. But it just wants us to do this, and then at the end of that do this. So that's all. See, when you overheat, you can't do anything. You can't do those enhanced supers, or specials rather. So we gotta do things to kind of cool it off. And it's just real basic actions, just jumping, dashing, just punching, regular specials, you know. So it just wants to look like this. No, not what it wants to look like. It wants to look like this. It wants to look like that. But I did do a cool combo into a super. That was kind of cool. But yeah, you can see quickly how, you know, when it says revving up, you're just doing too much, and you're getting to the point where you're kind of exhausting your character's special enhanced moves.
Get ready.
Okay, so rev guard. Okay, so blocking in this game is just holding back, right? Well, you have like a sort of a Guilty Gear-esque block by just pressing this rev guard. And the difference between a regular guard and a rev guard is that this one, the player can be more closer to you, and the rev guard, it keeps them a little further away, so you can have a better defensive positioning, you know. So if like they're too close and you're just doing a regular block, you can open yourself up for getting thrown. If you did a rev guard though, it keeps them like out of that throwing distance, but at the cost of filling up your rev meter because you're using that rev button. So, you know, use it sparingly, use it cautiously, but use it in conjunction to what your opponent's doing. You know, if they're getting too close to you a lot, just use that instead of a regular block. And it may give you a little bit more spacing so you can have a little bit of breathing room to, you know, figure out what your next plan of attack is. Okay. Now, this is just defending, so this is parrying in Street Fighter. Street Fighter 3 did it backwards. Or, I'm sorry, they parried by holding back, you know, or forward. They did do it backwards. They parried where you just, you know, if an opponent does an attack, you have to, like, essentially walk into them or tap into them, like as if you're going to walk into them to parry that attack. And you had to do it to each blow. So if something hit you 3 times, you had to go pow, 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 you know, parry the move. Well, just defense is the same thing. It's just that you get to block the opposite way. So you're just tapping back. So if like they do a consecutive pow, 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 you just got to tap back, like as if you're blocking. I find that that's a little more safe in this game because you know, if you do miss a parry, you're at least going into the block state. But parrying, you know, if you actually parry the attack or just defend the attack or JD, it will negate the hit to where it gives you gives them a stun, so you can, you know, attack them after you block it, or make it so that you are a little safer after they do a safe attack on you. You know, so it's that sort of ebb and flow of attacking and defending.
Get ready. Fight.
So you just gotta tap it as soon as they hit you. Not like that. Right at the one, just get ready to tap back. So let's do it until we get it. There. And that blue, you know, green bubble like flashes around you. I'll just do it regular. I'll just do another just defend again, just to kind of show you the that little orb that glows around you. You only get it when you tap it like right at the right timing though. So right as soon as that one hits, get ready to tap it. There it goes. And then as soon as that one hits, you just do it. Now the next one is you're gonna just defend, but then do the rev blow. That right there. But after you do a just defend. Wasn't ready. Right at the one. And then attack. And that's how that works. Now this next one, okay, so in Street Fighter they have something called a perfect parry. You know, the older Street Fighters, they had something called the red parry where you can block, and this is actually more equivalent to that, and I think they're bringing back the red parry. But a perfect parry in Street Fighter is just when you time it exactly at the moment, and you get an additional bonus of defending, you know, where it can kind of stun the opponent so that you can retaliate after you've perfect parried their move. Well, in this one, you get to just defend, where it's like a hyper defense, and it's more equivalent to the red parry in Street Fighter 3 Third Strike. So red parry meant that you could block an attack with just a normal block, but if you did the parry as soon as you blocked the attack, a red flash would come out and you would get like a red parry. So this is what basically that looks like. Oop, I ducked his attack. But you just hold it and then you just tap forward. This is literally a red parry. That second hit is the one that you can parry by tapping forward, and you'll get that hyper defense. Like, it's really strict timing though, so you gotta be on your P's and Q's when you're getting ready to do it. Yeah. You'll get that little darker blue flash. Yeah, red parry. Like I said, they borrow from each other. It's like they borrow the best mechanics from each of the games, which is kind of cool. So alright, so what's going on now? I think we're just gonna do, it's just okay, so this just explains like what happens when you do too many rev things. You know, the more you fill that meter up, the less opportunities you're gonna have, because you're gonna take away some of your offensive tools. So I just have to go. So now I'm in the you know, overheated state. Now I can't do certain things. You know, you can get guard crush. So if you block, forgot about that. If you block, you're gonna get guard crushed now. You know, when you're not in the overheat state, you can guard, you know, block as many attacks as you can, but the moment you go into overheat, you know, you're gonna open yourself up if they attack you, you know, because you can't block anymore. You're just getting worn out and too tired. So, deplete your rev meter. Okay, so that's what I was saying. You just got to do things like you can do regular attacks, do combos. Combos, actually, I think is what gets it to go down a little faster. So, and then once you get it back down to 0, then you can get all your tools back until you run out of them again. Alright, I think... Okay, so now they got the different kinds of jumps. So, Street Fighter and also SNK games, they're unique, and anime fighters too, you know, so jumping is, you know, you can go up or down, or up or towards, or away, you know, in the air. In some cases, in some games, you could do double jumps where you just jump up and then press up again and you'll get an extra jump, but I don't think this game has double jumps. So what they do have are just dash jumps and hops. So in SNK games, they were the one game that used the system of a short hop. So you can dash, you know, running towards your opponent, and if you just tapped up or tapped towards, up towards, or back towards, you do these little micro jumps where they kind of like, they don't go as high as a normal jump. So like if you just held that direction instead, you know, when you're trying to jump, you'll go, you know, you'll do your normal jump. But in cases like this, you can do a hop, you know, a short hop. So that way it allowed you to kind of just jump over like foot sweeps real quickly, but still be overhead, you know, kind of like a mid attack sort of, and put yourself in position to kind of do these just really instant like attacks on your opponent. And that was really unique to SNK. So, but that's what we're going to do here. So, if you just tap, you know, see, here's a normal jump and here's a tap jump, right? But you can also do holding that, and you'll do the same kind of tap jump. I know it doesn't look like you can't tell, but trust me, it's see, look how his head is going off the screen. See, so that's like short hops, and it's easier now because you can just, you know, do it with a rev, you know, see, and then as opposed to this, so you can see. It's so that, you know, if you don't want to go over your opponent and then go in for an attack like that, you know, so stuff like that. So, you know, so it's just a quicker. You can attack out of a jump a lot quicker and a lot lower. You know, so you can, but you can do the same thing by just dashing and, you know. See. So that's it. It's just a way to kind of manipulate your spacing and kind of psych your opponents out and things like that. Okay, so after you've been knocked down, input motion for a rising tackle. Okay, so this is just your get up attacks. Now, the timing in this is very, I don't know if it's strict or too loose or whatever the case is, but if you try to mash and get out of attacks, you'll get blown up really quickly. So the rule of thumb on this, I think, is just wait till he kind of like does that immediate sort of like his head is off the ground, but not where he's like in motion to stand up. So watch, he's gonna, his head's up. As soon as he kind of like lifts his head up, that's when you want to input the move. Don't do it when he's like in the process of trying to stand up. Like that, like after he lifts his head up, then there's another animation of him getting off the ground. That's when you're gonna get hit. So they want you to do it like that. See, when his head lifts up, input the move. Because I was trying this forever, and I was trying to mash. Like, see, I'm mashing right now. I mashed the super. Well, that's you want to do that at least. If for the super, at least, you know, start, you know, double inputting the fireball motion right away. Here, let's look at that again, because I think that's something that's kind of useful to know. So he wants, I'm going to do the fireball one first.
Get ready.
So,
Fight.
so wait till you're on the ground. Input, input, input. Yeah, see, and then I meant to do the fireball one. See, if you try to input as soon as he starts standing up, he'll get hit. On the ground, head up, then input. So I'm gonna do it now in that sequence. On the ground, head up, input. There you go. Now we're gonna do that with the fireball motion. Same thing, just on the ground, head up, double fireball, and you'll come out. Head up. I think this is the one where you can kind of mash out the motion for the fireball, double fireball. So I'm just gonna take, but it's the same. You just input it as soon as his head lifts up, and it'll come out. All right. Now I wonder, they should let you do a tutorial for each character, so that you understand how to do like their moves, or let you pick the character in the beginning. But they don't have that. I like when fighting games does that on the training, because you do learn the characters a little bit better. I think Street Fighter does probably the best at teaching you how to play the game and the character and all the mechanics and all the nuances, and also Tekken 8. I think those have the best versions of teaching you how to play. So let's see, what is this? Oh, Fake Replicant. Okay, so this has this mechanic where when you use the Rev button in conjunction with like a heavy attack or a heavy kick or something, for this character specifically, he does a fake replicant that. But I've noticed that other characters will do, like, say, theirs with a punch, like the character Gato, and he does like these counters. So it's just a combination of pressing Rev and one of the heavy kicks or the heavy punch button, and you'll do some kind of cool, like, like instead of doing like this, you can just go out, See, so if he thinks I'm gonna do a replicant, I can, just does this fake little, because just, it's a matter of watching the hands though. See, his hands open up, kind of see. Just cocks back his right arm, you know he's gonna throw the fireball, but if you see this, that looks like almost like a shoulder charge instead, like a fake shoulder charge. That's his counter move, so it's like you can kind of see, do little crazy tactics like that. But now they want us to do the rising tackle that was there, but then interrupt it with the shorts, the throw buttons, basically. So, but it has to be on the first hit, so you wait for this hit line. That's a low one. Short button. You wait for the first hit where his shoulder, he jumps up with his shoulder before going into the kicks. Then you press the shorts together. So yeah, and you can interrupt it so that you can stop and then mid attack and then do another attack and bring them back up again. A lot of cool little mind games with him. I never was a rock player, but he's got some cool stuff to him, some cool tools. Okay, so I think now sway. Okay, so see, see, in this case, he's using the Rev and short, so this is the extra mode. Okay, so this is awesome. This is what I was really excited to see. So back in the day, right, you had Fatal Fury, and that's what I meant by going into the background or the foreground. So you see how he's back here, but he's right here? This is like standard 2D, but then over here you got like completely different tools. So like you can, you can be over here. I don't know if you can do. That's so weird. I wonder how that works. Yeah, you can rising tackle, but see, it won't hit him because he's too far away. If he's in the foreground, like if I was over here and did a rising tackle, let's see. Okay, see, it won't do the move. That's what I wanted to see. Yeah, it just does attacks. So if I'm like back here and I go up to try to do a rising tackle, it won't it won't come out. It won't come out. I have to bring them to that plane. But that's the strategy. It's like if you can kind of find a combo and then switch up to the other side and then, you know, that's cool. I missed that in Fatal Fury. And it's much smoother. Back in the old one, oh my god, it was so hard to kind of know what to do, you know, like you have to know which kind of attack you can do to get back into the foreground, you know, so little things like that. But anyways, let's follow along with the tutorial here. Let's see, lane blowback. Oh, probably how you bring them back, right? So like, if I'm, I guess that's a way you can switch them to the plane you want them to be on. So if I want to be in the background plane, I press the short punch. But if I want them to be where I'm at, no. Oh, it knocks them over to the other. Okay, I see. You can. Okay, hold on. This is gonna be cool. If it does what I think it can do. So you can knock them into the foreground or the background, but you can switch over there and continue the combo. So I'm going to start by bringing them to the background. Let's switch and see. Yeah, that's what it is. But you got to be pretty quick. So. Oh man, I gotta. See? There we go. That's what I mean. So. And it's so cool. It's so, oh man, it's so fun. I think they should let like the turn play like this, because I think this would be much different. And I think you would see people who are more better at the game because they're using the mechanics that it was born from, you know? See? It just... Oh, pressing too many buttons. How do I... What do I do? Okay, there you go.
Over here. Not done yet. Close one. Not done yet.
I'm trying to see how much time it gives you to input something, but let's see. I guess you gotta know what. Yeah. So, I did a shoulder charge. Oh. You get it though. I mean, you can kind of see like the magic here that could happen potentially if you knew how to switch back and forth on what attacks you use. But that's pretty dang cool. I missed that. But lane blowback, yeah, that's what that is. And if you're on the opposite lane, they just want you to, you can move back and forth. That's a way to get out of attacks, though. Like if you got somebody just chucking fireballs all day, or just doing vertical or horizontal, pressure, you go in the background, and then they have to go meet you, and then you can switch back and catch them after they throw their fireball. So it's another way of like dodging tornadoes, and because those characters with those big projectiles, they could carry across like mid-screen and stuff. Like, pretty cool. Okay, what else do they have here for I think this is the extra section. They didn't have this in the beta because they had announced this after the second beta was released, that they were going to introduce this mode again, and I think a lot of people got excited that were Fatal Fury fans.
Get ready, fight!
So sway strike, so they want us to go and then just do like that. So that's, if you're in the opposite lane, okay, leap. Oh, good kick. Yeah, see, look at that crap. Look at that crap. That's so cool. Get over there and just boom, boom. Okay.
Not done yet.
Okay. Is that? Oh, that's how you bring them over to you with the punch. Yeah. So if they're on the opposite lane, that's the button that brings them over to you. See, when I was a kid, I could never understand how that worked. I don't know why. Because back then, you know, I didn't have tutorials where you can play like this. It's just kind of you stick a quarter in and you had to learn by doing. Okay, what else we got? Oh, okay. Exclusive combos to the 2-lane system. So this is all new.
Get ready.
To me, at least. Let's see. So they want us to do... Okay, short, heavy, and then lane switch. So... close by.
Not done yet.
Give an example? No, you can't. Okay, close by. Oh, it's this one. Okay, I'm pressing the wrong kick, that's why. Haha, yeah, there it is. So oh man.
Not done yet.
Let's see.
Complete.
And then you just press that little thing when you knock them up, and it'll lane switch over to them, and you can continue those combos. This is going to be better. I think tournaments are going to be sick. People allow the lane switching to be the forefront of the, you know, the mode. I think they should allow that instead. That's much more fun and more representative of what the game Fatal Fury is, because, you know, it wasn't until Mark of the Wolves that they decided to get rid of the lane switching thing. It was always part of Fatal Fury, so it's good to see it back. Well, that was just a basic tutorial, guys. I want to do another mission. Yeah, let's do one of them, because I wanted to show you like the mission thing. So they don't have. I did 3 of them already. I just didn't do Gato's easy ones. So let's do that. So in this case, they got arcade, just standard controls, A, B, C, D. You know, you got to do your inputs. But smart mode is just where you get to, you know, mash any button and do something cool. But there are some combinations and sequences of things you can do to kind of do some advanced attacks, even though you're just mashing the buttons. So we're going to take a look at that. So as far as the missions are concerned, if you do it in normal style, you would have a total of 5 levels of things to do. And like I said, it's just more of an introductory thing to the character. So if you're just trying to get your feet wet, learn something cool with them that you can practice and do consistently, they give you 5 things. And as far as the smart one, they give you 3. It's usually like, you know, so in this case, I'll explain the buttons, I guess, when we get there. So they take away the strengths, the heavy strength buttons. So they only give you the short kick and the short punch. So that's punch and kick, but those would be the short versions, right? But if you want to do like the bigger ones, they're not going to be like, you know, available to you unless you do them in a combo. So the way they have it now is that they give you short kick or short punch, short kick, and you get this special one, right? That's special. That's the B in this case, or triangle, or Y here on the box. But you get that, but this is where they smash bro it. So if you press down, you'll do that move. If you press back, you'll do that move. If you press forward, you'll do. Let me get out of that attack. You'll do that move. So that would be like a dragon punch for some character, you know. But if you do it with just the kicks, you don't do anything. You'll just kind of get like certain directional attacks, you know. If you're close, the attack will change. Wow, they don't really. So if you were to play the normal controls, he gets a different kick. He gets this like kick where he kicks directly like vertically up, and it does like these 2 hits. It's not this one. It just goes boom boom. Like it gives you 2 hits, and it allows you to. Yeah, so they don't. Okay. Yeah, see, that's the thing that sucks about the smart controls. It takes away that, you know, extra layer of attacks that you could do. But you get to go do cool stuff like this without thinking. So in this case, they gave you an auto combo button, which is circle. If you were to just do just by itself, it does that. But if you do 1, 2, it does that. But then if you do 1, 2, 3, it does that. And then if you 1, 2, 3, 4, it goes into a whole, you know, barrage of attacks. And a lot of that stuff to do it manually is a little tricky, because at the end of that, where he flashes green, you would be hitting the 2 punches, or the heavy punch and heavy kick together to do that. The rev blow is what they call that. Okay, so then next.
Get ready.
Okay, so this is where it gets a little fancy. So you just have to know that there's only a punch and there's only a kick. And then you got to pair it, you got to do it in conjunction with a pair, which is this button here, the special attack. So if you do special attack and the button punch together, you'll do the EX or the rev thing. You see how it's using the rev meter? So you can quickly lower the meter. So you don't want to do that consistently. You can do some crazy stuff like this, and depending on the direction you put, you enhance that, all the punch, you know, specials. Or, you know, all the enhance the specials of that by pressing a direction. So, then in this case, they want us to start off with the basic auto combo button, put into this right there, and then they want us to press it again, right? And then do that, and then the kick. And this right here, the auto combo, and he'll end with that. Okay. So this is almost a little more complicated to me, just because of having to press the combinations of the pairs of buttons together. Because, you know, it's like you got to rethink what buttons you're pressing. But it should look like something like this. I almost did it. I did the fancy. I did the super. That's not once this the green like that at the end. So did a little too late. There you go. You know, so it's just you're literally just pressing those pairs of buttons and mashing them at the right times.
Get ready.
Okay, and this is just hardest level combo, so we want to do all that stuff again. Then this time they want us to do this the big one. So.
Damn it.
Oh, okay, I can do that. You just gotta. I love that combo. This is my main, by the way. I've used him since Mark of the Wolves, and he is awesome in this one. I love him. I can't wait to like practice with him a little more. And some of these combos I can actually do manually. But SPG. That's where it gets confusing. This one and that. Okay. See, it's like a lot harder because I actually know the motions to doing all this stuff. So like looking at it by just pressing the buttons without doing the motions, I'm like fighting myself to not do the input for that motion.
SPG. 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 I'll break it. SPG.
Ah,
SPG. SPG.
there it is.
Damn it.
Yeah, the trick to it is just keep holding back on that second wave after the first three combinations. Just hold back and then just keep mashing, because if you keep hitting the pair, and you'll hit that special attack in there, and then as soon as he turns around and does his punch, then you just do the down, one. Then once he's popped up, you press kick right away, and you come down. But anyways, so I finally completed that, and that's what smart controls looks like. So, I think we went through everything. Now, those extra modes in there, I don't know what they're for, but survival is just typically what it is. It's just you probably have to fight a wave of characters just non-stop. And you go into, oh, I see, you fight 100 opponents until you get the, till you get the highest streak that you can get after 100, I guess, if you can beat 100 people. And time attack is just going through 15 stages. Okay. So, just little practice things for you to, or challenges to kind of see how fast you can beat CPU opponents. Yeah. Okay, so that's all that is. And then versus is just exactly that. It's just classic versus, or I don't know what this is, but I don't know how to do the extra mode with the going in the foreground and the background. That's what I was trying to look for in the settings, actually. I don't know if you can do that right away, or if it's something you have to unlock.
Game.
But you would think like extra would be like somewhere here, but it's not. I don't know where it would be. But see, like, let's see what special versus is. Okay. It's just this. You can just set the rules. Okay, nah. That's just like a custom match where you can just make it so like everybody has like their meter all the way up, and you can never run out of SPG. Whatever. I guess we'll do arcade. Let's try arcade. Now, I've only beaten it with Gato, and that's because I know how to use him. I, for the life of me, want to learn this character so bad, but he is so hard to win with that you have to really know what you're doing to like win with this character. And I don't want to use smart controls, and I don't want to put this to the highest level CPU, so we're gonna just try it on just the normal. That's the standard is level 3. And let's see what his story looks like. Now, I think this character is freaking phenomenally awesome because, one, he's a DJ. I'm a DJ, so I can appreciate that. But it's just his outlandishness. typically when I've played fighting games over the years, I used to play a lot of like obscure characters, just the ones that no one wants to touch. And he kind of fits the bill, so I'm pretty sure my friends are already going to start picking on me for wanting to use him.
If there are any left in
and it's not because he's a DJ,
with claws that tear,
which is
with
funny.
the ruthlessness and undying spirit of a true warrior. Come to King of Fighters.
I love the intro to this. It reminds me of the old animes that they had. They had two Fatal Fury movies and then the motion picture, or OAVs. They had like Fatal Fury, and then like a second Fatal Fury, and then they had the movie, which is awesome. I still to this day love the anime.
That world-class DJ Salvatore Ganacci had a secret.
And why the hell
that he was
is the AI voice guy doing the voice for this game? It's like, did they seriously program AI and just use that guy's voice, or does that guy actually exist in real life?
One day,
when you're watching those Facebook videos or whatever, and he's explaining like 5 top dangerous things you could get killed from in the street or something like that. Anyways, I thought that was pretty weird.
It was Duck that introduced Salvatore to King of Fighters.
Oh, and I didn't even realize there's a few people in the chat or the stream. Thank you guys for joining. I know I've been away from quite a while, and just glad to be in a good place to be able to do this stuff again, because I really missed doing streams. I kind of wanted to wait till some bigger things were out anyways, because all I was playing was multiverses, but I think I'm going to start doing other types of games now that I'm a little more active. I've been really playing a lot of WWE 2K25, and I haven't played a wrestling game like that in like many, many years, and I've been kind of enjoying that. So maybe I'll do some streams of that one day.
Round one.
I love this guy's animation. Look at this. It's like you can't even take him serious, and you can't even like. Yeah, by the way, I have no idea what I'm doing with this guy. I mean, I know how to do his moves, but I don't know how, like, to use them in tandem with, like, his, the way you're supposed to use his character, but he was freaking crazy. Oh, shoot.
What's up? What's up?
He's eating to death. Oh, I lost it. I should put it at the end. I should, because I want to be able to come back. Get him! Yeah.
Just getting started.
He's so hilarious. I mean, can you just imagine, like, you come up to, like, if this was in the arcade, and you just see this guy pick this character, and you got whooped by moves like that. Oh, there you go. I can't even remember what this was. So his flying attack there. Character should not be this funny. I'm telling you right now. Oh, it's a super. It's a counter super. I forgot about that. I actually had.
Just getting started. Nice.
Oh no. Okay. I'm curious to see this guy's ending. I think they did an awesome job with this character, because I wasn't expecting him to be anything in this game.
I learned some karate myself.
And he ends up being pretty fun. And I just learned this. This is a fun fact. The guy that voices him is the guy that voices Rashid in Street Fighter 6, I think. I mean, all the gaming nerds are all in an uproar over this character being in there. But he's legitimately, like, part of the Fatal Fury SNK universe. Like, he's in the game. He's not like, you know, like Mortal Kombat where it's just like the Terminator is in there. He's like a character in this world. And I think he fits kind of well the way they designed him. So, it's pretty cool. Watch this.
Turn it up.
Tizok's my other character that I like playing. Not as good with him, but I can play him. You know, if I play someone that's a little better than me, I have to play with Hato because he's a little more my speed for the aggression. The Ganachi here is Salvatore. He's a little tough to play with Gomez, like I said, because his moves are so unique that you have to really know how to use them properly. Otherwise, you're just going to be... Oh my god. Oh, okay. Forward fireball is bad. I want to do this. No, see, that's what I'm saying. I don't even remember which direction some of those moves are. Is it this? No. This. There we go. That's what I'm saying. That's a lot of the bread and butter using that thing.
Salvatore!
Oh man. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna save my music and I'm gonna do his like ultimate. Oh, I can't save my music because I'm dead.
While our mediums may differ, at the end of the day we...
Whatever.
Round one. Get ready. Fight. SPC. Freestyle. Freestyle. Nice beat.
His jump is so awkward. Like when you jump, you press it, you have to wait for him to like shuffle his feet for the hit to happen. So it's like hard to cross up with that. You have to cross up with like this move right there, that kick. Okay. Oh yeah, I forgot about this. Oh.
For the children!
Oh no. So that running thing, or that it's a stance where you hold towards and then the two punches, and he does this weird like walking thing. But then if you press these buttons right afterward, he goes into a combo where he shoots like sonic words at you or whatever it is. So it's like, oh, or you can do like 3 of them. I just don't understand like how they hit, you know, you get an opponent into it, but combo them and it counts as a combo, so. Oh, that was the counter super. Why didn't I get it? Oh no, I'm dead. I'm gonna be on here forever fighting Tizok. He's tough.
Final round. Get ready. Fight.
I really wish I knew what I was doing because he is so fun. Like, what the hell?
Amazing!
Man, I need to just get, I mean, there's so many tools I need to learn this shit. There we go.
Turn it up!
Oh, I did it! Counter super. Uh-huh. Oh.
Nice beat!
No.
Here go! You ready? Over!
I don't know if I'm going to beat the arcade mode with him, man. I don't want to lower the difficulty. I just want to see the ending, to be honest, but I guess this is how I'm going to have to learn if I'm actually using it. I don't know, like, there might be some videos where you just practicing with some Ganachi, you know. doing like a 30-day video progress or something like that. Because he is cool. He is. I think like if he just knew how to use his repertoire, work himself out.
For the children! One on my neck! Going down! Freestyle! For the children! Stay down! Like this! Round 2! Get ready! Fight! SPT!
Oh, come on.
Here we go! Amazing! Whoops! Get up! Flip it over! You're going down!
Alright, let me just up and do something. I'm trying to do like something instead of just actually fighting the damn character.
Here we go!
I just need to remember if I want to do his like, kick thing, it's punches and not kicks. That's the weird thing about it. You know, like if I want to do this move here, I have to do it punches and not kicks. Okay. No. I don't like your weapons, so it's probably hard to use. You gotta jump in like that only. You shouldn't be jumping in like that unless you're gonna clip them. And when you do catch them, oh yeah! I keep forgetting about my own things that I practice. We did it. Yeah, I keep forgetting to use the rub attack with the heavy attacks because you do those counters and stuff. I just don't know what they.
Your moves are like a sublime, soothing march. I just want to
that's what I'm saying. This game, it's like it's got so much stuff to it that you can easily forget like what to do in certain situations and what tools you have at your disposal. I was playing 2XKO. They had another alpha, and it's coming along. I mean, it's fun. I just it's not enough characters, and, you know, it's not enough time to really spend with it. A weekend is, you know, not enough if you're not playing with a lot of people. You know, if you're not one of the big time streamers or anything. So there wasn't much people I could find to play with it. Play online with, so but I did enjoy it, and I like Jinx. Jinx is pretty fun. I might start using her on that game sometime. Kevin. Oh, Kevin, what are you doing?
You ready?
Ganati, boy. Ganati, telling you. Don't mess with it. Oh, you can move back with it. Okay. Oh, come on. Okay. So that's the thing about him, you can't really, you know, wake up things with him. Like, he's very careful. And his moves are so ambiguous, like, you can see him coming from a mile away, like, you know, you can get attacked out of things so easily if you're not careful. You can't play close with him, he's like, got a lot of setups, you know. Because like this thing, for instance, that, shoot, I no. That thing takes way too long to like set up.
Turn it up.
Salvatore, win! Final round. Get ready. Fight! Watch your feet! Gonna feel this! Gotta look! Watch your feet! Gonna feel this!
Trying to get my rugby on.
Cool down! Yeah!
Trying to get my rugby.
Salvatore, win!
Man, I'm like barely coming out of this. I think he did a good job of his, you know, design. Because he looks like this guy, like this art.
I can do to help, you just let me know. I'll make time.
And a lot of the crazy stuff you're seeing in here are things he does in his music videos. So if you don't know, Salvador Ganacci is like a little, you know, not a little, but like a pretty big time world EDM DJ, you know. He's up there with like Dave Guetta and, you know, those kind of people. And he is just very eccentric. He's got some very eccentric videos. So the little punches you see, the music video of him punching like an old lady in the face in there. Before that, all the people are punching like animals in the face like that, but it's like to the rhythm of the music. So it's all intentional. Yeah, a lot of people are kind of hating him just because, like, why is he in the game and all this stuff. He fits, man. He fits the motif of, like, what they're going for, at least game dev. I think a little bit better than, like, Ronaldo does, because Ronaldo just feels out of place. So this character feels like he belongs, you know. Matter of fact, when you do the South Town things, he is, like, not even Ronaldo. I don't think he's, like, a selection, unless I missed, you know, character selection, I didn't read him in there. Yeah, Billy Kane's always been tough. And in Fatal Fury, I came better. He's either like really hard to beat, or he's just like really hard to like win with. He's changed from over the years, but he's done mostly the same thing. I need the EX mode, I swear. I keep forgetting I kept F10.
What's up? Amazing! Right here! Right here! Freestyle! Stay down! This is how we do it! Salvatore! Piece of cake! Final round! Get ready! Fight!
I need to just look at it. I have to do that
Right here! Right here! It's off!
Give it to me, please. Yes!
Get down! Love is all you need.
Dang, with that damage though.
Salvatore, wait!
Oh my god, that was great.
A 3-section staff. Neat. Maybe I could use one on stage sometime.
You tell him, Salvatore. That was awesome. Alright, not bad. We're getting the hang of it. I think that's what it is. It's just you gotta kind of know what tools to use with this guy.
Bring it on! I'm the only one who decides my fate.
Rock Howard, huh?
Round 1. Get ready. Fight. If you can. If you can. Right here. Right punch. You're all mine now.
It's hard to get like his like ABC rev boy combos.
This is how we do it.
I hope that kills.
Salvatore, wait. Round 2. Get ready. Fight. Too easy. Nice beat.
Come on. Made me waste my super if they're trying to do that.
What's up? What's up? Going down.
Make someone hit again.
Wide punch.
It's like once you land immediately, I don't know what to follow up with.
Final round. Get ready. Fight.
Because you gotta do that late. Because if it floats, but the moment you press the button, you have to wait for it to come back down again. That hits, and that's why this jumping is better.
PG.
It's like, I don't know what plus for this character. You know, for those in layman terms, plus is just basically doing an attack where, you know, after your attack ends, you still have an opportunity to act after you've completed that attack. You know, that move, that input, whatever.
Round 1. Get ready.
So I don't know what's like plus one. I mean, I should go on the training and do that stuff, but it's kind of the arcade mode.
Freestyle. Stay down.
On some of his stuff, but like I did his like combo trial. I just don't know what I did. I like barely did the last one. Seems like I should be able to follow up with certain things, and I just don't know what those things are.
Wait. Round 2. Get ready. Fight. Back it up.
And he's got like these projectiles, so it's hard to pull those up. Just like do them in the middle of like a match. Oh man,
gotta love it. That sounds like victory. How's that for a hit? Done yet.
it's like you gotta just do normals, like just regular normals with him. His specials, it's like, I'm sure you can combo certain things, and I know what certain things I can combo, but they're hard to get in close with and do. You know, like I said, he's a setup character, so I don't really know how to do
is how we do it! PG! What's up? Slow it down! What's up? You!
Maybe it's annoying though one day. I see the potential on like what I could do. I just again, just defend. You know, attack when I'm supposed to. There yeah, if you press that air kick, the heavy one too early, you're gonna be floating in the air forever. You gotta do it like really. Well, I'm sorry, if you do it too late, you gotta do it like really early. So like if you're gonna jump, like press it immediately. Cause
get ready, fight! Freestyle!
Stuff like that. Maybe that's what do a few short hops.
PG! Right!
Yeah. Oh man, I think so you can. Yeah, that's much better. Oh my god. So I just did the red dash. Like that's amazing. That's how you jump in on them. Oh. Yeah, so like if you do towards the character and the rep, you'll do a dash. But as soon as you do the dash, you do up towards and the rep again to do a short hop, and then you do that.
Get ready, fight!
Look at that. Look how much damage it does. It's like worth it to kind of like learn strings, like kind of a combination of this. And then on top of that, I'm not doing any EX moves, so.
What's up?
So we can even do a short hop backwards and do that. It's because those kicks, if you get hit with them, they keep you get, I don't know if you're plus after the fact, but it seems like you can act after, you know, they are done hitting, and you still can kind of retain your turn if you, so that's just how you run and jump in on people.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight. Whoops. Nice. Whoops. PG. What's up? This is how we do it! PG!
That wasn't even a warm-up. Maybe you should start over.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight.
Amazing!
You're mine!
Damn you!
What's up?
Turn it up!
Wait! Round 2. Get ready. Fight!
They tackle! This is how we do it!
Fake out. Like a neutral bird. Something. Oh, okay, so that is something in with the heavy that one.
What's up?
Forever on Rock Howard.
That was too close.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight. Here we go. PG. Shattering. Salvatore wins. Round 2. Get ready. Fight. Banger. Banger. Damn you. Here we go. This is how we do it.
I did cancel into it. Okay, that's what I mean. I still need to that's the anti-air.
What's up? What's up?
Come on.
Salvatore wins.
Alright.
I can teach you how to dance, sure, but not how...
One more. I think I'm at the end. Yeah, 2 more. But usually this is the area where, at least when I did one of the story characters, this was like their second to last character.
Oh, but watch out, this little lady's not gonna make it easy for you.
Well, if it isn't Duck King. And I'm guessing that's my opponent?
Yup. Meet Salvatore Ganacci. He's
I'm surprised that they put
musician.
this character in before they put Duck King
A
in.
musician? But then he... Just how did he make it to the finals then?
Hey, come on, man. He's a fighter too, obviously.
Right. Okay. And if he's in the finals, I guess he can't be a pushover.
You got that right. And check this out. Yo, Ganachi, tell her what you hear, man.
Let me see. The pitter-patter of near-silent steps. The rustling of fabric against a small collection of folding fans. But above all the clamor and din, a fiery, feverish pulse. You are a master of flame ninjutsu.
Wait, how did you...
What I say? Ganachi's the real deal. You got nothing to worry about, baby.
Well then, I guess I can forget about going easy on you. But know this, it takes more than a keen ear to crack the secrets of the Shiranui.
A tango with a ninja, huh? How novel. All right, give me all you got.
Yeah! These are the kind of fights I live for.
Now, let's get this show on the road.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
Oh, just wanted to see. Oh wow. That one. So yeah, this is probably the second to last final boss fight. I don't know who the boss is for this character, or if it's like unique. It's like one big boss. I think one big boss. It's same time as time and now it's almost everything else
Gotta love
yeah, I think it's Kine. I think we pronounce it Kine.
Round 2.
K-A-I-N.
Get ready. Fight. SPG.
Like
Turn it up.
but I think there's like if you don't lose, I think maybe you get a different hidden boss or something. Or that there's something larger. The game's in early access, so we're not supposed to show like the story. I'm like, what the deal is.
Nice beat.
Just figure out. Oh, nothing. You know what? This thing is actually good. As far as the anti-air or like
A danceable beat is all
Dragon
well
Punch.
and good.
But
Round 1.
I think you have to use the
Get
EX
ready.
one, not
Fight.
the regular one.
SPG.
Every time I'm like up close, yeah, see? Everything counters, man.
What's up?
Gotta love it.
You have to expect each time you do your rev for the green attack, it's, you have to have a rev gauge, even though you're at SP. I always forget that. Oh, okay. Yeah, I got those. I guess you can do it so you're not overheating.
Come on. Wins.
I'm the best in Japan.
Round
It's like
2.
he has no
Get
option.
ready.
He
Fight. SPG.
it's up to them. If you miss, can you try to, do a follow-up after a miss?
SPG.
It's so vulnerable after a lot of people move. It's those startup frames, like, do like this, quarter circle, forward,
Nice.
stomp, that's a short one. I think the EX one is faster, but you're supposed to do like
A danceable beat is all well and good.
forward and heavy punch
Round
into
1.
that.
Get ready. Fight. SPG.
As a combo starter. Is what I was trying to
Amazing.
yeah, I can't like with her. She's very hard to get in close on. She's a fighter. Not as good, but she seems pretty good to me. I mean, I can't
Round
get in there.
2. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
And this is only a level 3 computer. There we go.
You're mine.
That's what I mean. You should just like be ready to do all that weird. You can't play him like a rushdown character or anything like that. Probably could. He's not designed that way, you know.
You'll pay for this.
No chip. She's like burnt out. Aren't you supposed to
Now
be
you've done
chip?
it.
I know it's better. It's like that. You're burnt out. You would get more chip damage or something. You can die from chip damage.
That'll do for today.
Unless there's just what you have to
Final
look at.
round. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
Oh.
SPG. What's up?
Back when I was
You'll pay for this.
Down.
see? There we go.
Gotta love it.
Wait.
A danceable beat is all well and good.
Yeah, you have to
But
stay
have you-
attacking Mai because she,
Round 1.
when
Get
she's
ready.
opens
Fight.
you up, like you get destroyed. I mean, that's how this game works, though. In general, I noticed that in the beta. Like, if you make one major mistake,
SPG.
your character is just opened up for a long period that you can't get
Amazing.
through, you know.
You ready?
Watch this!
Back it up.
Mine wins.
Ha! I'm...
Round
I just
2.
put up
Get ready. Fight. SPG.
Sorry!
Come on.
What?
Freestyle. Freestyle.
Can you dodge it?
Oh,
Turn it up.
that was a counter. How was that not hit those? He hit me.
SPG. What's up?
Now you've done it.
What's up?
You'll pay for this.
What's up? Salvatore.
Oh,
Wait.
just keep using rip meter on her.
Final round. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
Hey! Let's...
This is how we do it. Amazing. Right. Freestyle.
SPG. What's up?
Now you've done it.
Freestyle.
Yep.
What's up?
You'll pay for that.
This is how we do it. Piece of cake.
What's up?
Now you've done it.
Salvatore.
Okay.
Wait.
Got one character left.
Yeah, I see. Gah, I can't believe those flames are real. Enlighten me. Just how are you doing that?
Okay. Let's see. What's the end here?
Incredible. That stillness and fluidity. Ninjutsu is its own kind of music. This is giving me some ideas for my next music video.
Hey, yo, Ganachi, real quick before you go and work your
Terry.
magic. You know, I've got someone else over here
I
that
thought
I've
I
just
thought
been
Dunn, I
dying for
thought
you to meet.
Rock Howard. That wasn't Terry.
Yo,
Terry
Doc.
is like
You wanted me to say hi to a friend of yours?
Allow me to introduce Terry Bogard, the best rival a guy could ask for. My rival specifically. Not to mention the King of Fighters champ too, if you couldn't tell.
This is the Hungry Wolf.
Now
and he's
here's
fighting
a
Salvatore
one-of-a-kind
Gennacci
melody.
and the last
He
guy.
certainly lives up to his reputation, doesn't he? A past
He's
filled
the man
with
that beat
hardship,
Yeast
yet he
Howard.
remains an optimist. The sound of his soul, it's like a symphony.
Gennacci is a musician by trade, Terry. He tracks his opponent's movements by sound, if you can believe it. I actually just found out the hard way.
By sound? That's wild. Never fought anybody like that before.
Piqued your interest, huh? I thought it might.
The electronic
I wanted
music
you to meet
equivalent
because
of
I figured
echolocation.
you'd want a
What
piece
the
of
heck is that?
You figured right. Hey, Ganachi, is it? Wanna dance?
Why, I thought you'd never ask.
Okay, there's some
Together,
stuff there.
we will write a soaring melody.
Round one. Get ready. Fight. SPG.
I know. Okay.
Turn it up.
What's up? Close one. What's up? Not done yet. Close one. What's up? Not done yet.
That's what I'm saying. You have to just be like use your rib cage like with him because
Round
gonna keep
two.
attacking you.
Get ready. Fight. SPG.
yeah, but if this is like a real monster in person, they would. It's just kind of like not just a
Close one.
little impact. You can do a little bit of counter.
Not done yet.
Oh man, don't deny me, Terry. I want the super hand. So let me do it. Let me do it.
Sounds like victory.
There we go. Oh, man, you can combo that. I just gotta have to do it. I think you can do his like stomp into that rising attack, and then you cancel it, and then do the super.
The steady heartbeat of the noble wolf. I too can feel its rhythm. At last, inspiration has struck. Quickly, someone bring me my laptop.
Oh boy, modern DJs. See, it would have been cooler if
That's
you could bring
incredible.
my egg
You really
crate
can
or
hear every
something
sound
like
I
that
make,
of
huh?
vinyl, but no, he has to ask for his laptop.
No, you're incredible, Terry. The music of your fists was the song of a man living life to the fullest. You can't sample that sound.
Yo, Ganachi, what do you think? Coming to Southtown wasn't such a bad idea, huh?
It sure wasn't. These matches have set every cell in my body aflame. I burn with inspiration. I could write a song right now, give shape to all these new ideas.
Hey now, you okay, buddy?
What's gotten into him?
Well, when creative types get
Yeah,
hit
that's
with a
the
great
song
idea,
for the intro.
it's
That's,
like nothing else matters.
Salvatore
Probably happening
Gennacci's,
right now.
track for this game.
Right.
Pretty dope
Ah,
track.
it's
I
a
like
bummer
it.
I can't read music. Hey,
I
Duck,
never really
is
heard
it
of
any
him.
good?
I don't typically listen to a lot of the big EDM type of DJs because I'm more of an underground kind of a DJ. But I can
I
appreciate
haven't
him being
felt a
in this
burst
game,
of inspiration
though,
like that in some
culture,
time.
coming
Feast
from,
your eyes, Duck.
myself
You
as a
can
DJ,
see it, right?
so
Wait,
I think that's maybe why I
Whoa,
gravitate
this is
towards the
genius.
character.
You know,
where
I've been
maybe
in
the
the
others
scene
may
my
not,
whole
unless you're
life.
into the
Nobody's
EDM
got
scene
your
and
passion.
stuff, Maybe you
Thank
might
you,
be there.
Duck. And thank you, Terry. This composition is but the ash left behind by the flames of combat.
Oh, it's nothing. You're the one who wrote it.
Yeah, and thanks again for those
But
sticking
we're
around.
happy you're happy.
And
This
hey,
is
Ganache,
just fun to kind
get
of get
around
away
to shooting
and
a video for this
do
one.
these streams.
Gotta remember your
again.
old pal Duck, alright?
I'll try to do more of them.
How could I not? After
Kinda
all,
figure out what
a sonic
collective
landscape
night I
such
can
as
do
this
with,
can only be paired with a master of movement.
My work schedule is a little, later.
This is gonna set the world on fire!
And I try
Where's
not to do
Andy?
these things
He'll
too
want to
late,
hear
but,
this.
Here we are, 1:30. Tearing it up with Salvatore Ganacci. Now I'm gonna let the credits run because I beat it last time and I think I skipped it. I just want to see if they show something at the end. I really like the look of this game. Whoa, is that a rock? Or is that geese? It looks like a rock, but like in the geese outfit, they're like geese's moves. I mean, like full on. Yeah, it was announced that they, when you buy this game, you get everything in the first season of DLC is the what you get. So later down the road, you're gonna get additional characters like Ken was announced and Chun-Li from Street Fighter, as well as like Joe Higashi. And I believe, what's the other one? Oh, Mr. Big. He was another character, like a boss character from the older Fatal Furies. And then it was announced, too, that they were going to try to basically reintroduce the entire, Fatal Fury world of characters, in their own game, instead of it not King of Fighters, but, actual Fatal Fury characters. So we might see, like a boxing character. That would be cool to see something, because that was the other thing back in Street Fighter 2 about it. They had this boxer that looked like Balrog and so on and so forth. So we'll see what they do. Oh, the stages are pretty cool. Think about the copyright stuff. I don't know which of these are we can play, to be honest. If I get my copyright thing, I don't know, I'll try to turn off the music or something, but Yeah, think about the music thing. There's one thing I want to show that's pretty cool. It goes to the history of the Fatal Fury game, especially in the background. I don't know if they show the characters, but if they do, it'll be a pretty cool addition to kind of get people in here. And I think what they should have done is like let you play through the old game in some kind of way, like have little mini arcades, like a lobby system of Street Fighter 6, but playing old Fatal Fury game. You know, you gotta unlock them and get into like a DLC pass or something like that. I think that'll be Fatal Fury fans out there. Yeah, I mean, so far the game, it seems fun. I haven't tried online yet, but I know it's going to be more of what happened to the beta. I mean, I was having such a hard time playing matches on there. Not physically connecting, although I did have some hiccups at a few matches, you know, trying to connect, but it was just like the net code is either off or something, you know, something just didn't seem right. You know, you seem like you're doing things that you should be able to counter stuff and you just get hit out of things, and some people attributed to the net code being out of sync, you know, but that was the beta. And hopefully they fix a lot of those things right now. Okay, these are some long products. Yeah, see, a lot of people don't know that the King of Fighters games derived from this Fatal Fury series. You know, just like a lot of the characters that were in King of Fighters were actually characters that existed in the Fatal Fury franchise and Art of Fighting. And I heard that they might even be bringing that back too, which is, I liked Art of Fighting. It was the same kind of thing. It was a very niche, like, 2D fighting game that had, like, foreground, background, or, you know, the way they scaled the characters that were really large. Yeah, that was it. But Art of Fighting was pretty fun. Alright, so
Fatal Fury.
The arcade, we did the training,
City of the Wolves.
Missions. I guess the only thing left to do is to, not left to do, but like, let's go to the gallery.
Movie.
So, what is this? Oh, the entrance, okay. So I guess if you play through with a character, you get their, like, videos. And, let's see. Yeah, see, I got Gatos, but I'm missing one. Oh, okay, I gotta look at his intro. Yeah, see, these are the characters that the only character I beat it with is with him and Salvatore Ganacci. So what is Salvatore's, yeah, see, it's this. Ending credits, yeah, the intro. So, man, there's lots of, like, video unlocks. So, yeah, see, it tells you what you gotta do to get through them. So the Southtown mode is, basically that world tour mode, and you can unlock things there. So maybe we'll stop in there just to kind of see. You know, I'll do like a couple stages or something. Okay, that'll work. Did I skip? Yeah, maybe that's what it was. Maybe I skipped with Gato, and that's why I don't have some of the video for him in here. Oh, cool. Got the character voices, so if you pick your character, you can hear the voice tracks.
Ooh! No, no.
Where you belong?
Wait, we gotta see. What does he got?
No! This is how we do it! Piece of cake! Salvatore! Get up! Now sing! Vivo! Bullseye! Damn it! What's up? Going down! Here we go! And scratch! You ready?
Okay, these are just...
Bam!
Wait, what did he say?
You hear that? Hear that? That's sweet music. Listen up. Get down. Love is all you need. No way. That'll do for today. What are you doing here? Nothing can stop me. Witness the performance of a lifetime.
Okay, well, that's that. And then, I don't know for the
Artwork.
Really? I thought they'd have like actual artwork. Like, what's this? Yeah. They're just those images from the store arcade mode. Ooh man, getting tired. But let's see here. Oh yeah, that's it for that.
Jukebox.
And the jukebox. Now this is what I heard was pretty cool. I heard that like you so you can get the music from like, it's kind of like Tekken. You can get all the historical games, the Art of Fighting. I literally was just talking about Art of Fighting and it's in here. See, Wild Ambition, that was the 3D one. I knew there was a 3D game. So it wasn't Fatal Fury 64, but Wild Ambition was like this. It's kind of like the answer to Street Fighter when they did Eureka and did Street Fighter EX, which is the 3D one back in the day. They tried to do the same thing, and it just didn't go over very well. It was very ugly looking, it played clunky, and just looked stupid. And then right after that, that's when we have the golden age of Mark of the Wolves. Now, this is a game I did not know existed, which is Fatal Fury First Contact. I've never heard of that one. That's interesting. I wonder when they made that. It came out after Mark of the Wolves, too. Shoot, I'm gonna have to look that up. And they got music from other SNK games like King of Fighters. This is pretty cool. Let's see all the old school like Fatal Fury like intro music. Man, I still love this intro music. Fatal Fury. Old school, guys, old school. Michael Mack plays using. Where's the Pow Pow Cafe song? Well, that's the song right there, Pow Pow Cafe. Let's see, Pow Pow Cafe. It was, what's that guy's name? Dang, what the heck is his name? That's this character select screen. Richard Meyer. There you go. This one. This is the one in the Pow Pow Cafe. They added that stage in Street Fighter 6 when they added Terry and Mai. It was the first time that they ever had a capoeira character. They had him before DJ and Elena. Alright. And then this was the best Robot game, or Fatal Fury game. Robot Fatal Fury 2. These ones were hard to play. I could not play these games. The Robot, this one. This one was a little easier. Like, they made the inputs better, but this, oh man, these were terrible. And these just, you know, they had some awkward input directions for certain types of regular special moves, and it just was very difficult to play this game. Alright, let's go ahead and... I don't want to change the music now because I want to go in and mess around with that later. But let's move along here. I want to try to play at least a couple matches online. And then maybe do them. Let's do this since it's offline. All the offline stuff first, and then we'll end on a couple online matches just to see if we learn.
So it's you.
Now this is what's cool. So you get a home character. I selected mine to be Gato. And then like as you beat through, you unlock these little stories, pieces. And so this is what's cool is I don't know what these are just yet. But I'm assuming as you play through, you'll get these. But this is what I thought was really cool. So this would be like what that stage of the original like Fatal Fury game looked like. And so, you know, you can go to like all these different locations and kind of reminisce, you know. It's just to really get people into like what this game used to look like and where the history of it is from, you know. And I think that's pretty cool. And then you got these little factoids, you know, about the place, and then the characters kind of say something about that location, and you know, it's not super fancy, but it's very appreciated, and I think that it was cool that they included it in the game. Because, you know, it's just that sense of nostalgia, just kind of going back and seeing what the game used to look like, you know, and where they are now. So this is really cool. Yeah, those are Kyokugen Karate Dojo. This is what's his name, Ryo, and those kind of characters where Marco Rodriguez like learned his style from. So, you know, boxing gym. You know, this is what urban used to look like back in the late 80s and 90s, you know. Late 80s, early 90s. You know. Okay, here's the Pow Pow Cafe. And that's what they added in the Street Fighter games, so. Alright, let's try the Southtown mode here. I'm gonna skip with Gato because I'm trying to, one, I can use them, and I'm trying to figure out what kind of stuff I can unlock with them.
This fight had better be good.
Oh, you can't change. I was trying to change my SPG, but... Oh. Oh, okay, I was about to say I did like 50% of just this section here. So this is how it works. You just kind of go around the map, and as you play through, you'll unlock these like locations. And as you level up, when you first start on the earlier levels, they start you off with like very little health, and you gotta beat the computer. And then when you beat the computer, you increase your health until you get a full bar. And then once you get a full bar, that's when they give you the SPG mode. So I got that now. Got that, so let's see. Like, I think I'm only like level 18, so I don't want to do that just yet. You know, I mean, you don't lose anything for losing, but it's just, you know, I don't know what you gain if you don't lose at all. So. But they got the criteria. They'll tell you like if you fight a couple of different people, or you guys, you know, there's like certain rules to do before the match starts. So that's what this one is. There's just normal rules. But other ones would be like you might not be able to use like your super meter or something, you know, things like that.
Round one, get ready, fight. SPG.
Another thing that's interesting is that they have these like generic characters, and but they're doing the moveset with like the specific characters. Kind of like the Red Mode in Street Fighter.
Go! Just look at you! It's time! I'll break you!
You gotta fight through them, and whatever health you lose is will help you carry over into the next opponent. You gain a little bit of health in some instances, but there might be situations where they'll tell you like you're not gonna gain any health.
I'll break you!
Back it up!
Wait!
I hope I keep my SPG down. See how that plays.
Get ready! Fight!
Super definition. Oh, man, that was a big
Is that all?
Wait,
Coward! It's not enough. I need more.
I want to just go through all the lower level ones so that I can level up a little bit more. Oh man, how many people we gotta fight for?
I need
Or
no
3?
reason to crush you. Round. Fight! SPG! Is that all? Is that all? Not to... Is that all? Gotcha! Wait!
What I do like is that your rev gauge gets refreshed.
Round 2! Get ready!
So, you know,
Fight!
use it
SPG!
here on this road.
It's time!
Let's go. Smash!
There we go.
Know this. Here is where. K.O. Gata wins. Round 3. Get ready. Fight. SPG. Not done yet.
God, how am I getting hit out of that? That's one thing I don't understand. We get easily hit out of things.
Don't ever disappoint me.
Okay, see that? I don't understand what's the skills. What can I upload? Or where do I get that skill set? Okay, so normal attack. Oh, I guess as you get to the higher levels, they're going to be a little more difficult. So you can probably buff your character in such a way where you'll do like more damage, you know, throws, attacks. Okay, I see. Let's see, what can I... So right now I don't have like anything yet. Oh, I found myself something. Maybe not. Yeah, right there, super dodge, okay. Oh, okay. When they're unlocked, you gotta, they cost that much, so you can't like load everything. So, okay. So that's the only one that I unlocked. So, alright. So I got something. Oh, this is kind of handy. Lets you know which ones you need to jump to uncleared stage, so you don't have to look at it on the map. So like, I want to go to that one. Okay.
Enough talk.
Very cool.
Let's
It's probably
begin.
like if you can go to different locations too, like if you're in north, south town.
Round one.
South,
Get
south.
ready. Fight SPG. See. Good. Be good.
So, feel like the Chicago fighting games.
It's time. I'll break you.
Chi-Town.
Round
Those
two.
were Street Fighter.
Get ready. Fight.
I need to like learn how to get That's a new move of his where he turns his back.
It's time. See.
You can cancel out of it. Fake outs.
Wins. Round three. Get ready. Fight SPG.
Now I'm
It's time. Wait.
The fighter never.
Wasting my...
Yeah, you end up
may have
losing like
underestimated
more
you.
points on the XP, I think, if you end up going below a certain health level. But I think I'm kind of beyond that now. Let's see, I don't want to beat this one way I'm at the level. I guess I'll play it. Because these are the ones where you fight an actual boss character. The ones with the main flags. And then, you fight like a premier character. The Ruffian planted briefly and got to. Dang, so demanding. Evil bats. I wonder who the evil bats are. Of course, I gotta pick a character that's talking about some bats. Okay.
I need no reason to crush you.
It's got that Japanese style story
Get
mode
ready.
where
Fight
it's just like
SPG.
dialogue. A lot of those games like Persona. At least some of those have videos. This is like kind of like videos, but they're more pictures. It's not like games, though, to be honest. But those
Wasting my
super where you go through, get some pictures with some dialogue and some music and the
Round
credits.
two.
And
Get ready. Fight.
but for me, a guy like me, I miss those kind of videos, so it's kind of cool to see that modern time.
Is that all? Is that all? Good.
Nice move.
It's time. Still good. I'll break you. Gotcha. Wait.
Coward. Don't ever disappoint me.
he's on this mission to find something, these like a gang called the Evil Bats. That's how I understand it. Just don't know who the boss is. Acquire a new panel, can you keep up with panel? Okay, well, that means throw resist, okay. So, I think maybe that was the last. No, that's not the last. But I've unlocked the second area. Okay. Everything next here. Yeah, so yeah, I've unlocked a whole another area now. Oh. Secret stages. Oh. I'm curious. Let me see. Nose bed. That's just an example. Some bugs. Attack. Time attack. Okay, so you gotta beat this in a certain time limit. So, you know, this is cool. I mean, I'll play through it a little bit more. I'm like half the story already with just this one character. Let's see, yeah, I guess we'll go back to this another time. Alright, I'm going to get ready to wrap this up soon, so let's go ahead and do a couple online matches, and then we'll call it a night, I guess. We're going to definitely do casual match. I don't want to, I haven't even messed with my online profile or anything. Let's see. Oh, fair play score, what does this mean? A fair play score is a quantification of your ranked match participants, disconnecting. Oh, this is interesting. So they've actually got something that visually calculates your sportsman-like, participation in the online. So people kind of get a visual gauge on like whether you quit a lot or not. I think this is a really good thing. I don't know how, I don't know how it accommodates for accidental disconnects or like, internet outages that happen, during a match or something like that. That's interesting. I didn't know that they added this. This is something that they didn't really announce or talk about as far as, announcing the online stuff for the game. It's like they kind of just waited to save a lot of this stuff for the release. Man, this game has got a lot to it. Now, I'm going to make sure that our wolf tag is obviously going to be the name that it always is, and that is... I thought I made my wolf tag already. Oh, you can change your wolf tag. Okay, I must have. Okay, yeah, let's keep that wolf tag. Anyways, let's see. Change favorite character. We are going with Gato, because that's who I want to be online with. And Ganachi will be a secondary once I learn how to use him a little bit better. And I think I'm going to keep my ratio at, I wonder where you can do that. Okay, so if you can pick your character. Okay, you do it here. Cool. I think I want to keep mine at the end. We'll see. I don't like having it in the beginning. It feels like a waste. In the middle or the end seems pretty good though. Now for the server region. Let's see. I want to do like, I wish they had like all, but let's start with North America. Okay, let's check out the casual matches after this. And search a player. I wanted to see how this works because you can't search it by their name. You have to do it by, if you're gonna do it from like your respective console, you should see it there, like your friends list here on PlayStation or Steam or something. But you can't search for people by their name. You gotta know their code. And on your profile, it tells you right there what the user code is. So All right. Let's go ahead and try a casual match. See how this works out, because I think I'm going to start with intermediate, because when I picked this, I was getting destroyed, and it matches people that are kind of like, in your sort of skill set. So we're going to stay here. Yeah, we'll start at C rank. I think I can do okay on that rank. So we'll do training standby, so that way I won't be on board. We'll do just a couple matches. We want to see how C ranks are. But the thing is, in the beta, there's only limited number of characters. They had characters that I just absolutely did not play. So I had to take my pick of those, play off, and that was it. I didn't really play much else. I play carry, but I don't really play the carry. Like the carry. And Mark of the Wolves was They had another character, the one that looks like one of the Hardy Boys. I forgot his name. He looks like Remy from Street Fighter 3. Here comes a new challenger. But that's who I used too.
Dong Hua versus Gato.
His name is escaping me. But I wish they put him back because he was pretty fun.
You can be my warm-up. Come on, let's go!
Whatever, Dong.
Round 1. Get ready. Fight!
Flame times!
Be gone! Crumble! Go! See where you belong! Be gone! PG! Amateur! Is that all?
A little overzealous there. I'm trying to see how to use this counter though, because I keep forgetting it's a move.
Round 2. Get ready. Fight. Be gone.
Okay, I like how that's.
It's a second!
Be gone. It's over. Not so. See. There. Wait.
Yeah, it's been a minute since I've played.
Oh, I get it. You've got that bad guy who
time.
hates the world vibe going on. I should.
And this isn't ranked or
Round
anything, so,
one.
you know, we're
Get
just,
ready. Fight.
playing skill level.
Coming for ya! Going to end this!
Everybody's playing a good character.
Slave times!
Goldust, look at you.
Oh, it's really
Is that all?
Now we're talking!
Is that all? Get lost! Goldust, look at you! Going quad. Wait.
You're finding the real deal now.
Messed it up.
Round two. Get ready. Fight. Look at you! Laughable. See? Is that all?
Slave times!
And now, Eric! Wait!
Alright, good match, good match. Alright, we're gonna have to
Oh, I get
bow
it.
down, 'cause
You've
we're
got
not ready
that
to
bad guy who hates the world
his,
vibe going on.
Dong, so we'll find another guy. But I did want to give him a full set there, so. Alright. Like, I know... Can you... So, see, in here, you can't go to the, character, practice. Combo practice. 'Cause I'm trying to remember his, things. Yeah, because you can do some really crazy stuff with him. He's, you know, like,
It's time to break you!
and then you can break into the, so.
Here comes a new challenger. Gato versus Preacher.
Ooh, this is going to be a pretty interesting match because Preacher is a very hyper-aggressive character. Her combos are really easy to kind of pull off.
Round
Just so
one.
relentless with
Get
the punch
ready.
and attack
Fight.
and stuff, so. How to do a tornado.
Here goes!
Damn it.
These are both her all in the beta. That's actually the other character I played in the beta. I forgot about that. Because I like to play
Preacher, wait.
the damn match.
Round two. Get ready. Fight.
Here goes! Here goes!
I'll break you. I'll break you. PG. Go. Look at you.
Here goes! Here goes! Here goes!
PG. With this. Return to dust. Waste of air. Is that all? Is that all? Preacher. Wait.
That's what Street Fighter 6, you know, if they're anticipating it, they can do it too. Drive gauge.
Climb up on their shoulder, twist their neck, then...
That's what I was trying to think of what the drive gauge, the meter was called.
Round one. Get ready. Fight.
You opened up so easily in this game, and then when you're trying to do like a mechanic like that, I'll try to do a wake up dragon punch. It's you gotta just know when to get
ready. Fight.
I think you can use the laser gun too, if I'm not mistaken.
Be gone.
Unbreakable. You must have a weak point.
Laughable.
Here goes.
Wait.
I'm not ready to play online yet. I mean, this is day one. I haven't really practiced, you know,
climb up on their shoulder,
techniques.
twist their neck, then jump up.
I'm just trying to, play some matches, see what the online experience is like. I mean, it plays fine, and I'm not having a hard time doing my inputs, but I don't know if it still has that weird thing with the delay, or like, it's something that was reported by people. If there's any merit to it or not, but some people will say, like, you're kicking their ass on their screen, and in reality, you're, like, getting your ass kicked. Weird. Saying that was with the net code, but that was a bit.
It's time.
Alright, let's get out of this. And go back to home screen, I guess. Let's see. So that's all the, online stuff. Then everything else is just like, casual, you can just pick all this stuff. You got leaderboard, you can download replays of people. And so right now, these are the top Fatal Fury players, right? Punk. I don't know if that's like the Punk, but I know that this is the Marn. Marn is a Street Fighter and Marvel player, I believe. More of the Mario side. So we had a really good Bionic Commando, Bionic Marn. I don't know what Justin Wong is going by. I know he's really big into this game, so, but he might be in as one of the pseudonames. Maybe check the stream out and see who he is on there. But it's day one. Everybody is just playing this now for the first time. Now that it's fully released, at least for the general public. A lot of the big time streamers got the game a little earlier. So but that's a look at early access Fatal Fury. I'm glad everybody stopped in that did, took the time to take a look at it, and hopefully we'll do some more videos like this, and then drop a like, comment, subscribe, and let me know if there's anything you'd like to see going forward. This is my first time getting back on stream, so I'll show a little bit more of the game as time progresses. Maybe I'll do like some practice sessions, and we'll just learn the game and try some online matches and see how we progress. So thanks again for stopping by, guys. I hope you enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.